Did you talk to him when he let you go?
Witness answer the question.
Will be afforded the opportunity. My recollection is it was a short meeting, somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes, probably around 15 minutes. And your testimony is Bob Mueller did not kick you off because of the content of your text. He kicked you off because of some appearance that he was worried about. Sure. I don't appreciate having an FBI agent with an unprecedented level of animus working on two major investigations during 2016.
All right, that was John Ratcliffe earlier today talking about Peter Strzok jumping over the clear line of bias 50,000 times. But, of course, he's so delusional, or maybe not so delusional. Maybe he just thinks that there should be a superclass in America that decides who should be president, not be president. And talking about how civil liberties were violated if you text what actually happened. And Peter Strzok, of course, arguing with Trey Gowdy. Trey Gowdy will be with us tonight on Hannity on the Fox News Channel. Anyway, glad you're with us. 800-941-SEAN is our toll-free telephone number as we continue. We are in London today, expecting massive protests here as well into the night and to tomorrow. We'll have full coverage on Hannity tonight on the Fox News Channel. Sarah Carter's on the ground with us in London. Greg Jarrett, the Russia hoax, the illicit scheme to clear Hillary Clinton, and, frame Donald Trump. It's now less than 2 weeks away. Hannity.com, Amazon.com. Thank you both. Let me start back in New York with Greg. Greg, your thoughts? I never saw Trey Gowdy. I thought it was his finest moment as a congressman today.
He was terrific, and he questioned Peter Strzok about the infamous text message to his lover, Lisa Page, will stop Donald Trump from becoming president. And amazing, I mean, I had to laugh. I nearly fell out of my chair with laughter. Strzok claimed, I don't really recall composing that message. You know, it was kind of late at night. It was shorthand. Gowdy shot back. I don't care when it was written. I don't care if it was longhand or cursive. I don't care about that. I want to know what you meant by it, Agent Strzok. And Strzok, hemmed and hawed and fumbled and mumbled and said, well, all I can tell you is I would never take any action to influence an election.
Take my word for it that we'll stop him. He's lonesome. The vote should be 100 million to 0. Let's just take his word for it that we can't let this happen. We have an insurance policy. Just take his word for it. The level of arrogance is so breathtaking to me, and he must think we're all stupid. But I do think there's legal jeopardy now for him. What's your thoughts?
Well, I think that there is some legal jeopardy for him because, and it was foolish, it seems to be, for him to testify and not invoke the Fifth, because there's so many documents out there, and they may well undermine what he is testifying under oath to today, and that would be perjury or misleading Congress. And there are other statutes he's looking at, abuse of power in the FISA warrant. Obstruction of justice if he used his office to influence the investigation of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. So he's looking at a load of potential legal jeopardy, and I was actually shocked that he decided to testify.
Let me go to Sarah Carter, and this has been our big story. He is the key person. He was at the heart of everything. He was the one that interviewed General Flynn. Interestingly, we are told, did not believe General Flynn lied. Neither did Comey, which means why did he agree to a deal? I would argue, well, now he's put his house up for sale. They probably threatened his kid, and it was a plea deal, and he had no other option because, unfortunately, they can bankrupt people. But he's also the one that was writing the exoneration of Hillary Clinton way before, back in early May of 2016. Before he interviewed Hillary Clinton, and that was July 2nd of 2016, before Comey exonerated her on July 5th. None of the timing looks good, and then immediately thereafter initiated this phony Russia-Trump witch hunt, which, by the way, we now believe started much earlier, and the fix was in on that earlier.
I'm connected as well to Hillary Clinton, to her campaign, to the DNC, the dossier, even as early as January, Sean. I mean, they are looking so far back at this. It wasn't just July 31st or the opening of the investigation. Congress knows. that there were other players involved, that this was just not the FBI, but that it was expanded beyond into other agencies. How were they cooperating with each other? Who was talking to who? And it wasn't just Peter Strzok. I mean, we have to look at McCabe, Andrew McCabe, former Director Comey, all of the people that were involved here and how they worked together with other agencies like the CIA, like the NSA. Because I think we forget now, watching these hearings, that there were a number of unmaskings, that people are still investigating this.
By the way,
did we forget about Samantha Power?
We haven't forgotten any of it. I mean, this is the problem. I mean, we're focused on 10% of what's going on here. But, I mean, we still have a Uranium One scandal to deal with. You know, where America's uranium is handed over to the Russians and the monies that go back to the Clinton Foundation. Just stay right there. Let me bring in attorney, civil liberties attorney, criminal rights attorney, David Schoen is also with us. We're going to have Greg, Sarah, and David now for the full hour. David, I want to get your initial thoughts on these hearings today. And I don't think Trey Gowdy had a finer hour. He'll be on TV tonight than he did today.
I think Trey Gowdy had the line of the day when Strzok started to tell him he didn't appreciate his line of questioning, and Gowdy said, I don't give a damn what you appreciate, and precedent, animus you've shown, etc. However, I have to tell you, I am sitting here seething. I think that both sides performed poorly today. There is so much ammunition on this guy, and so many missed opportunities so far. Remember, Strzok is a walking, talking, living embarrassment to every single FBI agent who ever served. This is a guy who was having extramarital affair on the job with a lawyer at the FBI, also extramarital affair. They lied, they cheated, they deceived, they betrayed, and now we're supposed to believe that he didn't mean what he said and he didn't say what he meant. He had three themes today. And by the way, when I say they all dropped the ball, Democrats on the committee were an absolute disgrace to the country. To prop up a guy like this and to not reflect outrage from day one. Everyone in this country should be outraged to what Strzok did. It's not a Democratic or Republican issue. And these people tried to undermine the hearing from the start, and they tried to prop up Strzok. That's wrong. But the Republicans were not well enough prepared, and they didn't ask questions like cross-examiners must. They asked open-ended
Let's go over the let's go through the questions, direct questions. Although Gowdy did hold his feet to the fire, I agree there could have been more. Let's go to the direct questions that were missed today.
Right. Well, first of all, I go to the topics that were missed, and not to let him. The point of cross-examination is control, not to let the witness get away with appearing to have controlled the dialogue and to be sort of the self-righteous guy this guy's trying to come across as. So, for example, when he says these were all just personal opinions, personal political opinions, and he goes on about being a patriotic American and the First Amendment right to political speech, absolute nonsense. But they should have stuck it to him with the text of the emails themselves. Nothing speaks stronger than them. For example, he says these were just personal opinions. It didn't in any way affect what he did. Really? Well, how about in the report the entire description of his discussion in McCabe's office with Page about stopping Donald Trump as the agenda? This is 8/15/2016 text. We can't just risk that he won't win. We have an insurance policy. And he explained that was the Russia investigation.
Isn't that obstruction of justice what you're describing here? They put the fix in for Hillary, and they tried to frame Donald Trump. Basically, the title of Greg Jarrett's book.
Of course it is. But let me say this also. You want to know whether we should have confidence in the FBI having produced all the documents? Read the report again, as I know you've read very well. Page 433, note 203. When Page said to him, "Oh no, Trump is never going to be president, right?" Strzok responded, "No, he's not. We'll stop it." Now that's a major text. The FBI never produced that. Never.
They'll stop it with the power of the Department of Justice and the FBI. We'll take a quick break. We're in London tonight. Trey Gowdy among our guests, Sarah Carter, Greg Jarrett also joining us. We'll continue with David Schoen, Greg, and Sarah. 800-941-SEAN. Expecting wide protest in London here tomorrow. We'll have full coverage of that. All right, all the news about the economy, we give it to you every day. It's better and better every day. The lowest number of people on food stamps in 8 years came out today. Lowest unemployment in years. The GDP growth we haven't seen in a decade. And now we hear, by the way, more jobs than we have people available to fill them. Now, the tax cuts that were passed by the President, Congress, last December, that's a huge reason that all of this is happening. and employers are giving raises and bonuses, and people see more money in their pockets where it belongs.